Today, I'm going to recap a 2014 Korean thriller movie called Manhole. This movie is about serial murder committed by a man in a manhole. The victims are usually women who cross at night. A lot of people have been victimized, but the local police don't take the case seriously. So, will the killer be revealed? Or is he able to escape? Let's find out. This film begins with Song-yi, a young girl who is on her way home at night. She crosses a deserted street, suddenly the streetlight flashes, then she feels somebody is following her. She turns around and sees a black figure. As a result, she is frightened and runs, but at the same time the manhole opens causes her to fall, then something pulls her down. After that, she opens her eyes and finds herself in a dark room. Out of curiosity she looks around, but suddenly she screams loudly because a boy in shackles grabs her feet. Hearing the ruckus, the perpetrator appears. He is a psychopath man with a dark background named So-chul. He looks displeased and quickly ties her to a chair. She is terrified and begs to be set free, but he says they should always be together, then cut her hair. On the other hand, a speech-impaired girl named Soo-jun calls her sister, Yun-so, who has to return home late due to work. She tells her to stay at home and locks the door, but she decides to wait at the bus stop. When arrives at the bus stop, Yun is furious, so she scolds her because it is late at night and unsafe. After that, they return home through the street that is connected to CCTV directly to a manhole. In the meantime, he is watching them. The next day, a taxi driver distributes leaflets about his daughter, Song, who had been gone for several days. People in the area doesn't care except Chul, who picks up a leaflet. But instead of helping him, he carries it to a building, where it is attached to a wall already covered in missing people's leaflets. In the evening, June celebrates Yun's birthday at home and gives a chocolate bottle, but she asks to keep it. On the other hand, Chul also celebrates Song's birthday and asks her to blow out the candles. After that he serves a bite of cake, but it falls on her skirt. At the same time, she says her father will find her really soon. As he hears, it causes him to lose control and remember when his father burned his entire family a long time ago. As a result of the incident, he despises his father and becomes a psychopath who enjoys hurting people right now. The purpose: he kidnap and murder these people to build a new family, as evidenced by the family portrait in which the faces have been replaced with the victims' faces. The next day, Song's father goes to the police station to inquire about his daughter, but they don't take this case seriously and asks him to be patient during the investigation. As he hears the response, he makes a fuss. Suddenly, another cop appears to calm him down, but it turns out he is one of his friends and is also involved in this investigation. He sees him as an opportunity. At night he gets him intoxicated so he can check the USB and view the CCTV footage he is suspicious of. The next morning, the cop awakes alone, then looks around to find Song's father. Instead of finding him, he finds a wall covered in records pertaining to his daughter. Afterwards, he realizes the USB and the gun had vanished. He feels something bad will happen, so he must find him immediately. Elsewhere, another cop comes to the manhole to investigate a power pole that has been reported as broken. He finds a weird cable linked to the subterranean and thinks about manholes. When he gets closer, he finds a woman's hair in the top of the manhole. Out of curiosity, he summons the officers to open the manhole. In the meantime, Chul is watching him on CCTV. When the police officer enters the hole, he begins to take action. He catches the cop with a wire hook that he had made before, then quickly covers his face with plastic so he is out of breath and dies. At night, Chul returns to find another victim. Coincidentally, there is a woman who has an argument with her boyfriend. When the man leaves, he carries out the action right away. On the other hand, June leaves the house late at night to meet her sister at the bus stop, but she stops right near a manhole to text her sister. Meanwhile, Song's father, who is spying CCTV there, sees her and believes she is Song, so he chases her down. Unfortunately, he almost hit her, but she doesn't care, instead chasing the chocolate bottle that had fallen. At the same time, she notices Chul dragging a woman into the manhole. Suddenly Yun calls her, and as a result he realizes there's somebody watching him. She ignores the call and runs right away. Because of that, Yun is frightened and keeps calling her. Suddenly a video call flashes and shows a hazy picture, making her even more concerned. She immediately calls the local police, but is ignored. Song's father keeps looking for Jung and realizes there is another man who is also looking for her. She hides and picks her phone up, but suddenly Chul appears and immediately catches her. On the other hand, Yun knows there's something wrong, so she uses GPS to track her location till she comes to a halt in front of a house. She enters the house and calls Jung right away, but the sound of the phone is heard from inside the hole, so she decides to go down. Meanwhile, Chul, who is executing the victim, heard the footsteps, then he instantly moved her. There is not only Yun, but Song's father also traces the manhole until discovers a huge hole filled with corpses. After that, he quickly sought assistance from the police. On the other hand, Jung awakes and sees a boy attempting to take her chocolate. He seems to be very hungry. Suddenly, Chul emerges out of nowhere and beats her until faints out, then tying her up with a cable tie. When he is asleep, she tries to flee. Meanwhile, the cops investigate the manhole and hear something from inside, which turns out to be a woman who asks for help. After that, the cops rescue her and immediately get into the hole. Suddenly, the woman screams loudly because she has been caught by Chul and executed on the spot. After that, her body is tossed amid a mound of bodies. In a different location, Yun finds a way out, but her sister is apprehended by Chul. She knocks every house to find any help, but she fails. Finally, she resolves to return downstairs to find her. But unluckily, she is also apprehended. Following that, Yun and Jung try to escape while he is pouring a chemical mixture. As he discovers what happens, he goes on looking for them. He finds them. Luckily, Jung is able to flee, but he instructs the boy to chase her. Meanwhile, Yun is unable since he is holding her leg and throwing her body. Now he is visibly angry and intends to strike with a crowbar, but is thwarted when she finds an electric stun and activates it. After that, she flees and looks for her sister. At the same time, a young boy finds her, but instead of apprehended, he helps in her escape. Meanwhile, Song's father keeps walking down the hole till finds Chul's room and sees a body wrapped in plastic hanging from the ceiling. As he opens the plastic, he cries because it is Song. He becomes furious, then destroys the room, but when he looks at the CCTV controller, he sees Chul, so he runs immediately to chase him. When he finds him, he pulls him to the ground immediately because he is lifting a crowbar to bash Jung and Yun. After that, they hit and shoot each other. At the same time, a large explosion happens, which causes one of the holes in the other direction to open and helps the officer to escape. Again, Yun and Jung almost make it out, but are apprehended. This time Chul is going to kill her with a crowbar, but quickly she lights a match and gets closer to the chemical. Chul, who is already doused in chemicals, is rapidly engulfed in flames. As a result, the fire keeps getting bigger, but she runs out of energy and is unable to stand, so she also burns. Jung is unable to help because the boy and Song's father are holding her. The next day, the cops evacuate the entire building connected to the manhole. Many bodies are discovered, not only in the huge hole, but also on the dining table, where they are arranged like a family dining together. The story ends when Jung is going to the hospital but notices her sister's ring falling, so she takes it up right away. In the meantime, Song's father comes and hugs to strengthen her. She instantly cries and hugs him tightly. So what do you think about this movie, and if you were in a similar situation, what would you do? Let us know in the comment section. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.